right, so today we're talking about the difference in the cost of living in St. Johns County versus Duval County. Now, there are obviously multiple cities within both of these counties, the biggest, most popular ones being Jacksonville for Duval and St. Augustine for St. Johns County. So you may hear me go back and forth between saying St. Johns County and St. Augustine or Jacksonville and Duval. That's intentional to try to give you the most accurate information that I have. When I did this research, I had to go by the city within the county. I couldn't just go based off the counties themselves. So I'm going to tell you the information that I do have. I actually was surprised by a little bit of it as well, which I found very interesting. But let's go ahead and dive into what some of the differences are. And that way it'll just give you more information. So if you are looking to move to the area, you have a better idea of where you're actually moving to. So let's start with the population. In St. Johns County, there are 298,000 residents. And we saw a growth of about 2.8% since last year. In Jacksonville, there are 1,035,000 people, and they had a growth rate of 1.28 since last. For St. Augustine, the median household income is about $93,000, and for Jacksonville, the median household income is about $58,000. Real estate as a whole is going to be less expensive in the Jacksonville area. It's about 10% lower in Jacksonville than it is in St. Augustine. Renting. The median price for a house in St. Johns County as of last month was $509,000, and the median price for a home in Duval County last month was $334,000. So if you're renting in the city center, on average for a one bedroom, you can expect to pay about $1,800 for a one bedroom apartment in St. Augustine. And in Jacksonville, for that same one bedroom, you can expect to pay around $1,600 a month. Then if you go to a 3-bedroom, you can expect to pay around $3,200. And in Jacksonville, it'll be about $2,800. An average monthly salary in St. Augustine is $5,000. An average monthly salary in Jacksonville is $4,300. So of the population, about 80% are people who take a salary, 15% are government workers, and about 4% are self-employed. Okay, let's talk about childcare. This is a big one. So for preschool in St. Augustine, you can expect to pay about $1,100 per child. And in Jacksonville, you can expect to pay about $1,500 per child. I believe this is a combination of public and private schools offered. There are some really nice private schools offered in Jacksonville, which may be the reason why this is skewing higher. That's what I'm assuming. So now what was really interesting to me was actually seeing how when it comes to the cost of living, the prices of food were actually higher in Jacksonville than in St. Augustine. I wasn't expecting that. That's fine. I'm just going to read off to you what the data says. So for a mid-range meal for 2 people in St. Augustine, for a 3-course meal, you can expect to pay about $75. In Jacksonville, you can expect to pay closer to $81. If you go out and buy a beer, it's $5 for each one on average. If you get a cappuccino, it's $4.66 in St. Augustine, and in Jacksonville, it's about $5.08. Gallon of milk in St. Augustine, they're saying $3.75, and in Jacksonville, $4.75. A loaf of bread in St. Augustine, you can pay $1.75, and in Jacksonville, you can expect to pay $3.19. For a carton of eggs in St. Augustine, you can pay about $4.50, and in Jacksonville, about $5.83. This is interesting too, is if you go to buy a car, in here they use a Toyota Corolla as an example, simple sedan. In St. Augustine, you can expect to pay about $24,000, and in Jacksonville is $1,000 more. In Jacksonville, it was about $600 more for the same car. As far as gasoline goes, that was a little bit higher in St. Augustine. You pay about $3.54 right now, and then in Jacksonville, $3.43. Electricity is cheaper in St. Augustine. This may be due to everything. All the builders are trying to make everything a lot more energy efficient. So they were saying for a 900 square foot apartment, you could pay about $90 in electricity every month. Also, if it's a gas community, it's going to save you a lot of money on your electric. So a lot of those communities are being built with gas in the St. Johns County area. Of course, it's going to make your electric bill lower. For electric heating and cooling in Jacksonville, it's closer to $158. Then for mobile phones, they were the same, about $40 per person. Line, internet was also very close, $67 per month in St. John's, $71 per month in Jacksonville. Another thing that was higher, and just going to the movies in St. Johns County, it's about $12.50 per person, and in Jacksonville, it's $15 per person. To a fitness club, on average, you'll pay about $40 per person in St. Augustine, and in Jacksonville, it's $12.50 per person per month. All right, so this is some of the data that I have available to share with you. I hope that was helpful. If you have more questions about this, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Have a good day. Bye-bye.